It's the Eastern Conference Playoffs, and this is Game 3 of the first round on EA Sports. We're at Little Caesars Arena. Tonight, the Detroit Pistons taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Alongside Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Pistons as they enter play. They took 2 big steps forward on the road, winning both those first 2 games. Now they come back home with a 2-0 lead already in their pocket.
And this has been a one-sided series so far, and not in the way we even expected. I mean, what a position to be in. Get 2 wins on the road, now you're coming home already up 2-0 with a chance to put a stranglehold on the series.
Bledsoe. Off the mark. No good. Rose into the front court. Just getting started in Game 3. The drive. Right to the basket. From the outside. No good. Cleaning the offensive glass. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
On the follow. Way to stay with it.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Rose to Griffin. Five seconds to shoot to Rose. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Rose into the front court, trailing by 4. To Griffin. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Luke Kennard at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. The free throw is good. It's back to a 1-point game. Giannis Antetokounmpo. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Rose. Griffin. Here comes the screen. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Rose to Drummond. That's a 24-second violation. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Griffin. Kennard to Beasley. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3, and he throws it down. Nuclear from Blake Griffin.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Giannis with it up top. Leads just a point. And he buries it.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Derrick Rose missed his first. That one goes.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Driving right to the basket. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Shot clock winding down. Adetokunbo cleans it up. Nice touch around the basket with the tip. Now the Pistons going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. To Griffin. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Bucks basketball. Bledsoe. And Jackson able to grab the rebound. Beasley. Not that time. Nice finish at the rim. Deep three at the buzzer. That's the end of one here in game number 3. Jay and I are back after this. It's the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Second quarter set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
To Griffin. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Bledsoe with it up top. Lead is 2. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Reggie Jackson. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Bledsoe. Beyond the arc for 3. Nikola Mirotic is going to get a chance at 3 here. For his career, 80% at the line. Knocks down the first. Missed the middle one. One more coming.
The one-round NBA playoffs 2020 games and highlights coming up next.
To Jackson. Goes to the right side. Griffin. That's off the side of the rim. Short. to Bledsoe. And the finish at the rim.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
To Griffin. Nikola Mirotic sends it away. Bucks at the controls. Bledsoe still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. To Reggie Jackson. They'll get it down to Johnson. Off the assist.
Ed, I'm telling you that every player in the league will make that shot. The defense has to be elevated.
Now the Bucks going to signal for a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a two-point basketball game.
Detroit basketball.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Has a look. Hill shot, no good. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. So Lopez fires the three, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. It's Detroit's ball. Rose. You've got to get that one to go. To Matthews. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim. No good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
From long range. Can't get the bounce. Working it outside to Middleton. Fires the three. Working hard on the glass. Goes to the left side. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Wesley Matthews, zero hesitation from a pure shooter.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Screen coming. Rose to Luke Kennard. Brook Lopez tips it. Rose.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Five on the shot clock for Milwaukee. Here's a chance from long range. Misfires. It's no good. To Griffin. Flushes it home. Now a whistle. And we'll get a timeout called by Milwaukee as they'll discuss matters in what's now a three-point game. Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Adetokunbo. Rose grabs the rebound. Down low for Griffin. Shot from the lane won't go. My goodness, did you see that, Jay?
That's nasty. Don't, just disrespectful.
Brook Lopez continues to expand his game. Well defended, he still finds a way.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Rose to Griffin. Short jumper won't go down. He'll let one fly from half court. So the two teams will head to the locker room as we reach the break here in game number 3. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Bucks have a comfortable lead at the halfway mark, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Pistons were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. And it's easy to see how they got here. They're just settling for shots on the perimeter, and they're not making an effort to challenge the interior defense.
Game track. Second chance points. Player of the half.
I'll take Tacumbo. Has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Rose into the front court. The deficit is 6. Oh, bad pass, and the Bucks have it.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Rose into the front court. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated.
And a putback slam.
And I got a chance to hear a lot of the conversation at the bench. And one of the things they called out was owning the backboards. Looks like the message is really getting through.
Here comes the screen. Navigating through traffic, and he'll head to the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Milwaukee with the basketball. Bledsoe. And he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good. Rose. The drive, right to the basket. Brook Lopez able to recover with the block. Griffin. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
The Bucks with 4 to shoot. Lopez. Rebounds claimed by Detroit. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
The Bucks at the controls. Greek Freak for 2. To Rose. Here comes the screen. Rose to Drummond. The big fella, Andre Drummond. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Rose into the front court. Down 6. Count it.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Bledsoe at the basketball. Leads 4. On the shot clock for Milwaukee. Bledsoe off the mark. Rose into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. To Luke Kennard. Down to Griffin. From the painted area, won't go down. To Middleton for 3. Good contest. Middleton off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Now the Bucks going to signal for a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game.
An effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. What I like about this team is that they continue to execute. As a coach, we used to talk about it all the time. I would hear it every single day. Execute, execute, execute. But if you can play with energy and execute, that's the formula for success.
Game 6 Minnesota Timberwolves 2-9 Los Angeles Lakers 3-4 final.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Giannis Antetokounmpo trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. Free throw, good for Giannis. It's a three-point play as the Bucks add to their lead. To Drummond. Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
To Gasol. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Gasol at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Free throw good as he completes the three-point play. The lead is up to 6. Pistons ball here. To Jackson. Screen coming, driving right to the basket. To Reggie Jackson. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't connect. Bledsoe with it up top. Up 6. 4-3. Won't go down. Jackson with it. He'll run the offense. Michael Beasley with the slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters. But when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. 3 quarters down, the Bucks with the lead. The Bucks to inbound to start this final quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Pistons have it. Probing the defense. Surveys the floor to Jackson. Beyond the arc for 3. Defense was ready. Reggie Jackson unable to hit. To Bledsoe. Off the assist.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back. Everybody communicated. Everybody pointed. It was just better offense than it was defense.
Curling inside. Reggie Jackson rocks the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot in.
Bledsoe with the basketball. Up by 6. To Korver. Fires the 3. Can't do much better than that. Kyle Korver misses the shot.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Just not going down.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Jackson, second effort. Missed a wide open look. Middleton. No good. That's great defense.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Bucks at the controls. Bucks with 4 to shoot. Bledsoe. Jay, you had to figure sooner or later one of those threes was going to go down.
I don't know. I'm a little bit beside myself that he kept shooting the ball at that clip. I mean, when you miss that many shots in a row, you usually try to get to the rim, see the ball go in, then go inside out. But obviously, that's not the case.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Rose to Drummond. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Middleton can't connect.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
That's out of bounds, off of Giannis. Rose. To Drummond. Lets it fly from long range, off the iron. No good. Bucks basketball. Over to the right side. Matthews. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Lopez to Middleton. Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Antetokounmpo. Not that time.
Give the defense some credit here. He killed them in the first half, driving and scoring at will. But now, it's lockdown time.
Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Wesley Matthews at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 82%. And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. The possession in favor of Detroit to Griffin. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Griffin to Rose. And scores, plus the foul. Andre Drummond is going to the line where he's gotten better as a shooter and a chance at 3.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Andre Drummond trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. he missed the free throw. To Matthews. From long range. Well contested. Wesley Matthews can't hit it. Gets it in the right corner. Fires the three. Matthews with the rebound. Adetokunbo. Giannis Adetokunbo. He's going to get 3 shots here. Hasn't missed yet. First one, count it. It's a second. One more coming. Off the mark. 2 for 3 on this trip. Rose into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. Took it down the lane, but it's no good.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Short jumper off the mark.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offense.
Whoa, look what I found.
You know it's a bad block when somebody snatches the ball out of the air. Wow.
Giannis Adetokunbo. He's got 2 shots coming, shooting 75% so far tonight. First one goes down. And he makes them both. Going to launch beyond the arc. It's no good. Shots not going down. Desperation shot here from half court. The Bucks claim victory. They've taken a commanding lead in this best-of-7 series. 3 games to none. 1 victory left. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Game 3 Milwaukee Bucks 5-0 Detroit Pistons 4-3 final.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bucks won this game after a close finish. No one should be surprised that we're highlighting all of the shots that were blocked in this contest. It's just amazing how one swat can fire up a team, and even their coach. The Pistons must be devastated after such a close loss. Chemistry was clearly not the issue today because they were definitely sharing the ball well. Still, everyone knows they'd rather be sharing the joy of a victory. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense. But still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game.
I'll take Tecumpo. Gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
It's the Eastern Conference Playoffs, and this is Game 3 of the first round on EA Sports. From Amway Center in downtown Orlando, tonight the Orlando Magic taking on the Brooklyn Nets. Hi everyone, with Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you talk about the Nets coming in. They held their ground in the first two games at their place. Now the test begins as they take the 2-0 lead on the road.
And you know, the first two games held the form, but now the series shifts. So this crowd is going to need to give them everything they can for an advantage. Even though this isn't a must-win, they need to play like it is because you don't want to be down 3-0.
Isaac to Aaron Gordon, beyond the arc for three. Tough shot there for Aaron Gordon, no good. Rebound comes to Vucevic. In the front court, it's Augustine. Just getting started in Game 3. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Off the assist.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Augustine with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Gordon. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Irving into the front court. He'll run the offense. Trying to cash in. Kyrie Irving. Missed his first. That one goes.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Irving to Hollis Jefferson. Knocked loose. That ball's out of bounds. Last touch by a Magic. So the Nets hold on to the possession. Here comes the screen. Kyrie Irving Lines it up for two. Kyrie Irving. 2 for 3 now here in the first. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. To Fournier. Fires the three. Evan Fournier in rhythm. Makes it look easy with the three.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up the three.
Here's Irving into the front court. Down by 1. Goes to the right side. To Irving. Nikola Vucevic able to recover with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Kyrie. Wide open look, you won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Here's a chance from long range. Oh, that's how it's done.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Changes coming from both sides right now. Irving. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Magic have it. To Vucevic. Got it.
Had a difficult first quarter. Couldn't really find his rhythm, but you got 3 more left to play.
Into the front court, it's Irving. Now down 6. DJ Augustine. Huge block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
Wilson Chandler has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 76% from the line. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Going to launch beyond the arc. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Straight on 3. At the buzzer. That's the end of 1 here in game number 3. Jay and I are back after this. It's the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. second quarter is set to start. Neither team set the tone to start this one. Jay, do you expect that to change?
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast, and the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
The Magic with 4 to shoot. False. It's no good. Shots not going down. Dinwiddie into the front court. 14-10 the score. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
There is no recovery, Ed, in particular if the defender does not stay on balance.
Layup goes down. Well done.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
It's Brooklyn's ball. Dinwiddie sizing up Aminu. And scores.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Jared Allen with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. Down 4. Got it at the line. New blood coming in for both sides. Irving. Nice pass to set things up. And he throws it down. Power play by DeAndre Jordan.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Kyrie Irving. He's 3 for 7.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Irving brings the ball up court. Aaron Gordon rejects it. That's out. Last touch by Kyrie Irving. False. And the rebound comes down to Jordan. Runner's good there.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Mo Bamba. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Jordan to Hollis Jefferson. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
False. And Jordan able to secure the rebound. To Irving. Kyrie Irving. Now 4 for 9.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now the Magic gonna signal for a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. To Vucevic. Easy pass to the rim.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Here comes the screen. Now to Jordan, down low. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Augustine with it up top. Down 3. Fournier off the mark. Jonathan Isaac with a piece.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Rondae Hollis-Jefferson at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 76% from the line. First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws.
Coming right back to you.
And a finish at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Kyrie with the rock. To Hollis-Jefferson. Here comes the screen. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Irving with the basketball. His team up by 1. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down. Deep 3 at the buzzer. So the 2 teams will head to the locker room as we reach the break here in game number 3. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose and our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. These are the guys getting buckets for the Brooklyn Nets. The Magic are keeping things exciting in a close matchup. And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists. These are the guys getting buckets for the Orlando Magic.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Game 6 Los Angeles Lakers 5-5 Portland Trail Blazers 3-6 final.
DeAndre Jordan put in the hard work that's needed to grab all of those rebounds. He was a rock for his team.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Magic own the possession. For three. DJ Augustine is going to get 3 shots here. A career 86% from the line. Nope, first one does not go. Knocks down the second free throw. Kyrie across the timeline. Leads just a point. To Jordan. Not that time. The follow won't go either.
When I hear these excuses after games, when coaches are at podium saying, it's hard for us to find our energy back, we couldn't find our aggression back, I wonder whose fault that is, Coach.
Brooklyn with the basketball. Irving. Now a steal as the Magic have it.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
And he's going to the free throw line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Knocks down the first. Two for two on that trip. Irving into the front court. His guys down 3. Kyrie Irving. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Isaac. Fires the 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Orlando has it. Cleans it up to the outside. Jonathan Isaac. And it's Jordan there for the rebound. Here's Irving into the front court. Leads 1. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Goes to the left side. Fournier. That's off the side of the rim, short. Nice pass to get things going.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
From long range. Can't get to the end of put-back slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Irving. Short jumper stays out. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Come on, DJ. Give the people what they want. I want that for my screensaver.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old, simple, bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Here comes the screen. Irving. shot clock winding down. Has a chance just off the mark. Nikola Vucevic sends it away.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
The screen sets him up for two.
Bread and butter, and there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Now the Magic going to signal for a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a three-point game. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Deep two there. Won't go. To Gordon. Fournier. Message received. Well defended. The drive. Right to the basket. Jumper's good.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Oh, Evan Fournier. Now 3 for 9.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Trying to cash in. Shot no good there by Dinwiddie. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Jordan. To Hollis Jefferson. Short jumper misses. In the front court, it's Augustine. He'll run the offense. And he finishes at the rim.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Dinwiddie into the front court. Shot clock off as they trail by 3. Able to convert inside. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end with the Magic in front. Brooklyn basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. We've got a one-possession game going on. This has the look of a race that's going down to the wire.
And it looked that way from the very beginning, but this is where the coaches and the best players on the floor really earn their money down the stretch. It's game time.
4-3. Off the iron. Slams it home on the putback.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Magic have it. Isaac to Mo Bamba. Off the assist.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Into the front court, it's Irving. The deficit now up to 5. To Hollis Jefferson. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Lets it fly from long range. Great defense, forcing the miss. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Irving Has a look. Irving's shot off the mark. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Curling inside. From the painted area, won't go down. Gordon. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. To Irving. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Nico knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Has a chance. LeVert with a shot, no good. Here's Orlando with the basketball. To Aaron Gordon. Beyond the arc for three. Contested, no problem. Aaron Gordon with the three.
This is a game of waves. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Dinwiddie. Trying to cash in. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
Oh, my goodness. Someone please patch me into the arena intercom. Clean up on aisle 3.
Nikola Vucevic. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Jonathan Isaac can't connect. It's no good. To Dinwiddie. Had a chance, but it's no good. Gordon cleans it up. Dinwiddie with the basketball. His guys trail by 10. To Jordan. Oh, he had it. Jonathan Isaac. Free throws coming up.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Jonathan Isaac, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 76% from the line. First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line. Dinwiddie into the front court. The deficit now up to a dozen. Oh, big finish at the rim.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Can't connect. To Dinwiddie. Has a look. Dinwiddie shot, no good. Isaac to Vucevic. Fournier. Smothering D. Knocked loose. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Jordan. And he'll go to the foul line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First free throw is good. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Fires the three. Textbook defense. Gordon. Not that time. He missed it. The Magic secure the victory. They've taken a commanding lead in this best-of-7 series. 3 games to none. 1 victory left. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Magic added a win with today's solid victory. And how could I not mention all the shots they blocked in this one? You can see the confidence grow with each one, and it really fed into their success as a team. It was a pretty standout way to win. It wasn't surprising to see this team on the losing end of this matchup. They weren't very good with their execution, and they suffered for it. Check out the leading scores for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Orlando Magic looked very impressive today, especially when it came to capitalizing on their own missed shots. The way they kept extending possessions wore out the D and earned them
Game
the
3
win.
Brooklyn Nets 4-8 Orlando Magic 5-7 final.
Player of the game.
Augustine read the defense perfectly, and his teammates reaped the benefits with easy baskets.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.
This is the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team getting set to match up with a very formidable opponent. Alongside Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, this crowd is hyped, and you look at their guys coming in, they appear to be fired up and ready to go. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be a good one.
And the big thing here was getting that all-important split on the road. Now they come home with home court advantage and an opportunity to move ahead in this series if they can take care of business in Game 3.
Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go. Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Well done, Kyle Lowry. Missed his first. That one goes.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Walker into the front court. Just getting started in Game 3. To Cantor. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Toronto with the basketball. Lowry to Van Vliet. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. Down just a couple. Not that time. Walker with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Not that time. To Van Vliet. For three, his first effort off the mark. The follow won't go either. Hayward. Tatum. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Toronto has the basketball. Lowry to Van Vliet. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Into the front court, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Hayward. Wide open look won't go.
But if great shooters keep getting open looks, it's a matter of time before they start knocking them down. You have to start contesting some shots.
Fred Van Vliet to Lowry. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Walker into the front court. They trail by 2. Nothing going here on that drive. Able to convert inside. Here comes the screen.
I've been waiting for this matchup.
Baseline drive. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Space is limited, so you must act soon. Visit our team website for more details.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Pascal Siakam swats it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Boston with the basketball. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
Nothing going here on that drive. Lowry. Fires the three. Not that time. He misses. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 3 for 4. Good start.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Has a chance. Smart shot. No good. That's the end of one here in game number 3. Jay and I are back after this. It's the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Jay, 1 quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has the making to be a big-time game.
Walker. Tatum. Shakes free and hits.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Takes stock of the floor. Lowry to Van Vliet. Here comes the screen. Down low, Gasol. Throws it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. They trail by 1. To Jaylen Brown. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Gets to the basket, but it's no good. Gasol. Jason Tatum pins it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Jaylen Brown at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 65% free throw shooter. Unable to connect on the free throw. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry. Walker to Hayward. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Celtics. Lowry. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Walker with the basketball. Up by 3. To Jaylen Brown. Count the basket inside.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Well done, Kyle Lowry. He's now 4 for 6.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
Celtics have it. To Walker. Sizing up the defense. And his Kanter above the rim.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
To Jaylen Brown. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Jaylen Brown trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's struggled so far. Brown's free throw, good. And the Celtics add one more to their lead. Fred VanVleet. Here comes the screen. To Lowry. Won't go.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
To Jaylen Brown. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Trying to cash in. Shot by Brown off the mark.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Marc Gasol. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
I'm laughing because when you look at Marc Gasol, he's not the fastest big guy in the game. He's not the smoothest, nor is he the best shooter. But you know what he is? He's prepared and he's experienced. That's why you can get your 17 to 18 to 19 points per night or more, and you get a tough low-post presence.
Walker down to 5 on the 24. To Brown, down low. Can't connect from inside. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. 4 points the differential as we come up on halftime. Short jumper misses. Celtics have it. Walker to Kanter. Pascal Siakam tips it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. He's finally on the board, makes his first shot.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to lead the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Layup goes down. Well done. Desperation shot here from half court. So the two teams will head to the locker room as we reach the break here in game number 3. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Celtics worked hard for their halftime lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics. The Raptors have dug themselves a bit of a hole after 2 quarters, and you can credit the deficit to how unproductive they were offensively from downtown. Too many misses from long range. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Missed threes. Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Leads 4. To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Has a look. Give it to him. Kemba Walker, not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Pascal Siakam at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. His career mark right now sits at 63%. And he misses that one free throw. Walker into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, 3rd quarter. And a throwdown. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Kyle Lowry with the rock. To Gasol, down low. To Lowry. Tough make through traffic.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Hayward to Cantor. From the painted area, won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
To Lowry. All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. 2-point advantage. Shot from the lane won't go. Lowry into the front court. They're looking to make something happen. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Probing the defense. Surveys the floor. To Jaylen Brown. Boston with 4 to shoot. Hayward. No good.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Hayward to Cantor. To Kemba Walker. Shot from in close, no good. To Lowry. Nothing going here on that drive. To Lowry. Able to convert inside.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
This offer is only valid for today's game, so take advantage of this great opportunity.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Hayward to Cantor. And it's Cantor. 4 out of 7.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Fred VanVleet to Lowry. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
To Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Shot clock winding down. Hayward with a shot, no good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Boston with the basketball. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. The big fella, Zach Randolph. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down. He'll let one fly from half court. That ends the third quarter. We have a tie ball game. Raptors ball as we get going here in the fourth. And this game's been everything we could have hoped for. All tied up after 3.
This is what happens when you have winners on both sides. People who are not willing to give up and will continue to scrape and claw to get themselves in a position to win this ball game.
To Van Vliet. Here comes the screen. Fred Van Vliet. That's no good. Knocks it down from mid-range.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
To Stanley Johnson. Goes to the left side. Here comes the screen. Five to shoot for Toronto. 4-3. Fred Van Vliet locked in on that one.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Celtics have it. Jumper's good.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Lowry with it. His guys now trailing by a point. Fred Van Vliet to Lowry. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Has a chance. Shot misses there by Smart. Celtics able to clear the board. That pass taken away by Toronto. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
The defense should have picked up on that action. That's going to cost them.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 remaining.
I know the fans didn't get a chance to hear this during the break, but the coaches are wearing a mic for the broadcast. I heard a lot of arguing inside the huddle. They let you know that the intensity level is pretty high going into the fourth.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Count the basket.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
The rebound comes down to Toronto. Ball's controlled by Lowry. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
Turnovers like that at this point of the game are daggers. You can't afford to have empty possessions in the final 2 minutes.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
They absolutely needed that. Great job by the offense to be poised and create a shot to pull ahead.
Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for 2.
I I didn't really care that Fred VanVleet finished third in the voting for Sixth Man of the Year. You know what I care about? That he was a draft snub. That 3 seasons ago, he was undrafted and nobody wanted him. After that, he spent time on the Raptors D-League team to being a guy that sits on their bench to all of a sudden being one of the best players on their squad. That's a story, that's a narrative we need to focus on.
Rebound taken by Toronto. Lowry into the front court. All tied up, just underway in this fourth quarter. Fred VanVleet to Lowry. Here comes the screen. Smart shot, no good. Lowry has the basketball. They work it down to Gasol. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Shot misses there by Smart. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. All even here in the fourth. Screen coming. Enes Kanter able to recover with the block. That's out. Last touch by Enes Kanter. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Here's a chance from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That does it for the quarter. Scoreboard says it's all even. Let's do it. Overtime is underway. Lowry to VanVleet. And he dunks it down for 2.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Walker with the basketball. Down 2. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Here comes the screen. He gets it.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Down just a couple. To Marcus Smart. The pass set it all up.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between... Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. Cruises inside for 2.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Walker to Marcus Smart. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Look at that. Calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Lowry to VanVleet. Gasol to VanVleet. Here comes the screen. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Lets it fly from long range. Oh, that's how it's done.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
The shot, almost.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
And he stepped out of bounds, turns the ball over. Celtics have it. Walker to Marcus Smart. Probing the defense. Smart shot, no good. Lowry into the front court. Up by 3. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Walker into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Hayward. Boston with 4 to shoot. Deep left corner. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
This is not the time to have a mental lapse.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. To Van Vliet. To Lowry. Trying to cash in. Lowry with a shot that's no good. Across the timeline, it's Walker. They're down 3. Here comes the screen. To Walker. Has a look. He's looking for that touch.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Shot misses there by Smart. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds. It's the Raptors with the victory. They moved ahead 2-1 in this best-of-7 series. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Taylor Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Raptors clock some overtime for today's win. Teams show their heart in the extra minutes, and it was clearly on display in this matchup. What a great game. It was definitely a thriller. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Toronto Raptors. The Celtics lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. When a team goes back and review the film, coach will probably find areas of improvement. But one thing he can't say is they should have shot better. They did a great job of scoring in this game. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Lowry put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in the zone, he just took it to another level.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.
Welcome, everyone, to Game 3 of the first round of the Western Conference playoffs on EA Sports. We're at Vivint Smart Home Arena in downtown Salt Lake City. Tonight, it'll be the Utah Jazz taking on the Houston Rockets. With Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Jazz as they enter play. They took 2 big steps forward on the road, winning both those first 2 games. Now they come back home with a 2-0 lead already in their pocket.
And this has been a one-sided series so far, and not in the way we even expected. I mean, what a position to be in. Get 2 wins on the road, now you're coming home already up 2-0 with a chance to put a stranglehold on the series.
Conley against Clint Capella. Lets it fly from long range. Yeah, Mike Conley, no one in his zip code takes advantage for three.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Rudy Gobert sends it away. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2. Across the timeline, it's Conley, just getting started in Game 3. A pass taken away by the Rockets. Robert Covington with the strong finish.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Jazz have the ball. Conley. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
Easy path to the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Bojan Bogdanovic, guarded by Clint Capella. To Conley. And the rebound comes down to the Rockets. Westbrook into the front court. Leads 3. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Conley. Five seconds to shoot. Clint Capella with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Westbrook with it. Up 5. Gets it in the left corner. Harden. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Knocks it down from mid-range.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Westbrook with the basketball. Up by 3. Capella to Harden. To the rim. Flushes down the slam. Jay, they make it look so...
If your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
With a drop step. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Old school equals high percentage.
Here's Westbrook controlling the offense. To Covington. Westbrook. Almost, and he's not getting the call.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Russell Westbrook at the line for 2 shots. A career 81% free throw shooter. Can't connect on the first free throw. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Conley into the front court. Down 4. Mitchell against Gordon. Nothing going here on that drive. Add 2 points to the board.
The defense is doing such a good job of denying him the ball and really getting in his pocket, but he got that one to go.
Utah's got it. Joe Ingles to Conley. Short jumper stays out. Westbrook across the timeline. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Russell Westbrook at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. The lead is up to 5. Mitchell with it up top. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. Conley sizing up Eric Gordon. Westbrook into the front court. He'll run the offense. Rebounds taken by Udo. Deep 3 at the buzzer. 3 at the buzzer is good. And a fitting close to this one. They're right back in it after 1 quarter of play. Time to turn the page after a close first quarter. Jay, what stood out?
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Rudy Gobert rejects it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Utah with the possession. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. Russell Westbrook rocking the rim.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
Conley, they'll look to Bender down low. Robert Covington sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
No good. Gordon with it. Leads 4. To Westbrook. Curling inside. Austin Rivers. Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with the steal. Count the basket at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Nene. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Count the basket.
You know what I liked about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Conley to Joe Ingles. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Westbrook into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. Austin Rivers has a chance. Deep two there. Won't go. To Joe Ingles. Rudy Gobert. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Harden to Fareed. Westbrook to Capella. Shot from the lane won't go. Mitchell with the basketball. They trail by 2. Conley. 4-3. Now that's a contest.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Russell Westbrook matched up with Bender. The drive right to the basket. To Covington. Harden. That no good. Off the mark. Conley into the front court. Down 2. Runner here. Won't go down. Westbrook with it. Looking to make something happen. For 3. Westbrook bothered just enough on that one. Across the timeline, it's Conley. Down just a couple. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
It's in the hands of James Harden. To Fareed. Capella. Sizing up the defense. 2-point shot for James Harden, and he hits. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
To Conley. Going to launch beyond the arc. Good contest on the 3. Conley misses. Westbrook with the basketball. Lead is 2. Conley into the front court. His guys can hold for the final shot. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. Covington with a shot that's off the mark. So the two teams will head to the locker room as we reach the break here in game number 3. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Rockets have themselves a narrow lead, and these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets. The Jazz are keeping things competitive after 2 quarters. And these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. These are the guys getting buckets. For the Utah Jazz,
Game track. Steals.
we might be enjoying these first half highlights of steals, but I'm sure the coaches won't be in the next film session. Neither of these teams have been consistently able to maintain control of the basketball.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
Mike Conley just can't seem to get it going. Newsflash, you're not on fire. Pass the ball. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
And now Houston has the basketball to Westbrook. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Mitchell against the former MVP. Has a look. And he buries it on the step back. Jay, this move continues to evolve since the days of Allen Iverson.
It does so much, Ed, when you step back east or west while maintaining your dribble. Look at all your options. Number 1, a hezzy. You look at the rim. The defender jumps. You blow by him. Number 2, maybe a crossover in the same direction you just came from to throw the defender off. Or number 3, a raise into an easy jump shot. It's easy when you have this bag of tricks.
And when the game's on the line, that's got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Westbrook across the timeline. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Mitchell with it up top. His guys trail now by 4 to Gobert. Rudy Gobert. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. Harden to Covington. Rockets with 4 to shoot to Westbrook. Fires the 3. Tough shot there for Westbrook. He always thinks it has a chance. Conley into the front court. His group now down 2. Nothing going here on that drive. They'll look to Bender down low. Kenneth Faried swats it.
Sent a message in that one, Ed.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
Here comes the screen. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's 3 for 7.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Conley against Westbrook. To Gobert. And the rebound pulled in by Capella. Westbrook into the front court. Leads a bucket. To Covington. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. And he buries it.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. Trailing by 4. To Gobert. Good look that time, but off the mark.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Clint Capella trying to cash in on a 3-point play. A career 48% free throw shooter. Off the mark on his free throw. Conley into the front court. The deficit is 6. To Joe Ingles. To Conley. The Jazz with 4 on the shot clock. To Joe Ingles. Doesn't get the bounce.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Harden. Here's a chance from long range. Rebounds pulled in by Gobert. Conley into the front court. They can get a 2 for 1. Nothing going here on that drive. Mike Conley, now 3 for 9.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Gordon with it. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. James Harden trying to cash in. And it's to beat the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. The Rockets with the lead. It's Utah basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They trail to this point, but you'd have to say this one's up for grabs.
And the new style we play with in this league, all it takes is 3 quick threes, and you're right back in the ballgame.
Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. And he throws it down. Rudy Gobert with the slam.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the ring.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Harden. Probing the defense to Fareed. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
To Gobert. Rudy Gobert With that, he's 5 for 9.
The true measure of Rudy Gobert comes on the defensive end. He was All-NBA defensive first team and was tied for the lowest opponent field goal percentage at 43%. You ain't getting by that.
Shot for James Harden. Won't go.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Won't go. Mitchell with the basketball. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket and hits off a killer step back.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Houston takes over. Harden takes stock of the floor. Gordon matched up with Bender. Rudy Gobert with a piece. Fourth this contest.
Just incredible timing on that swap.
He throws it down.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston. That's their first. Leaves them with one remaining the rest of the way.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis, because they show up in the fourth.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To Westbrook. Fareed. Oh, nice find for the basket.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. Our score all even here in the fourth quarter. Mitchell against the great shot blocker, Chandler. The screen sets him up for two.
For any fans out there that thought Donovan Mitchell didn't put any stock into the fact that he was not the Rookie of the Year, you are wrong. Donovan Mitchell was that type of guy that uses everything in his power to fuel him to be the best on the court each and every day. If that was a campaign he built with Adidas, rookie question mark, it doesn't matter. That perceived failure is something that will only make this kid better tomorrow.
Conley into the front court. 2-point advantage. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. And abuses the rim with the slam.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Westbrook into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Covington. Harden. Rudy Gobert able to recover with the block. Ooh, 5 now.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Step back jumper.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Westbrook. Screen coming. Russell Westbrook matched up with Bender. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Here comes the screen. Five to shoot for Utah. Shot for Mitchell won't go. Harden with it up top. Down 6. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer, it's the Jazz who come away with the victory. They've taken a commanding lead in this best-of-7 series. 3 games to none. 1 victory left. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Hey, the Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Jazz did what great teams do best: finish. The most eye-opening part of this game was the excellent field goal percentage. The way they scored the ball was simply stunning and worthy of every compliment. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored. For the Utah Jazz, the Rockets lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. When a team goes back and review the film, coach will probably find areas of improvement. But one thing he can't say is they should have shot better. They did a great job of scoring in this game.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense. But still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game.
Gobert made it his mission to destroy all kinds of shots. Well, mission accomplished.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.